welcome to MS4, and today we're going to be starting something for November, but we're starting early. I'll tell you why. We are doing some gratitude get ready with me's for the month of November, because I'm feeling like we're getting to that time of year when there's less sun out. It's getting darker. We're coming up on an election. Got a lot of people stressed because of work, or in Hollywood, lack of work, coming into the holiday season. And so it kind of gets to be that the rage against the dying of the light sort of thing. So what I want to do is be a little bit proactive. My plan being to shoot the weekdays for November, having them be a GGRWM, gratitude get ready with me, in which I attempt to look on the bright side of things. Personally, I need it because our refrigerator broke, and so now we are living out of the refrigerator of a apartment on a different floor until they can figure out how to fix ours or get us a new one, which it doesn't sound like they want to get us a new one. They would like to fix it. So, you know, I felt like I needed some of that. People are doing the Sephora sale coming up on the 1st. I'm only picking up one thing, probably the Merit Lip Trio 3, the Merit Lip Trio. And so that wouldn't be a very exciting video for me to do, like, I'm getting a thing. This is the Colorpop, I'll bet. I have on my, already the Dr. Jart Ensleigh, the BB. The I'll bet in Colorpop is the second to the lightest shade. The lightest shade just didn't really work for me, so I just want a little bit of this, just a little bit. So anyway, coming up today is the first day. I thought that it would be nice rolling into the Halloween, the Samhain holiday, to be able to kind of do a little bit of get started early, get my mojo working. So anyway, today, despite the setbacks and weirdness and just tremendous amounts of energy going on both pre Halloween and pre-election, I am grateful for lots of things. I really am. And I'm not just trying to attempt to, you know, fake gratitude. I slept in the bed last night. I ate food. I have lots of makeup. That's pretty exciting. I think the things that I'm always going to be grateful for is a loving partner and a super cute dog and friends that I love. So what I'm going to be doing is trying to stretch beyond those things that are, you know, always on the list. Partner, puppy, loving friends, hot coffee. I slept in a bed and I ate. So anyway, I think by reaching for more things, it causes your mind to be looking for things that are good and wonderful. I'm doing creams. I'm gonna be mixing. There's Berry Gay. This is in the one size, the cheek clapper, and then the Very That, which is a lighter. I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm gonna try and put this more in a contour kind of position. Let me swatch this for you. Okay, so that's the Berry Gay cheek clapper. I'll just pull from this maybe first, and then dip in. So I'm kind of layering that in with my contour. Okay, and the other side. And one of the things, my partner, he'd asked me going into this, because I'm doing the kind of low buy situation, that, you know, if I had everything that I needed, and I'm happy to say I have everything that I need. Technically I have preferences for the, he was speaking of my makeup stuff, if I was going to be needing anything, and it was basically that I have a ton of makeup, and I have like the face products, the foundations that I prefer, but if I used through all that, I would still have tons of foundation and other makeup. So this is the Very That, so this is much more of a neutrally, and you can see the difference between, that's a lighter of the Berry Gay. You know, I lightened it up a little bit, so a little bit, and then if I lightened that, the Very That's a lovely trio. So it was really nice to be able to say, no, I actually have everything I need. There's all sorts of things coming out that the world makes you want, but I started doing the wish list and wait sort of situation with that. There's some really stunning Mooncat nail polishes that I'm looking at, but you know, like some of this, I feel like some of the past feelings of lacking are just, it's coming up to be healed, for one thing, and that's lovely, but also that idea that, you know, it's really easy to get sucked into the want cycle, because that's capitalism for you. That's fine. There's lots of lovely things, but I don't want to be just filling my life with stuff, because there is stuff. Okay, so that's blush, and we're gonna play with some highlighty blush, just fun stuff. So I have a couple of things. So I have the Danessa Myricks Unbothered as like a highlighter, and then I have this is the Colorpop, and this was the pressed powder highlighter. This is Moon Kingdom, super cute packaging. This was in the Sailor Moon, and then this is the inside, and this is, it has some colory to it, but it's got the purple. Overlapping my, okay, so you can see it's really iridescent. I think you can see that, but it's got that purple to it. I think I want to do that. I think I want to be extra today. So the Unbothered, if I wanted to do, I can swatch that for you too. If I wanted to be just regular today, I would probably use the Unbothered. I'm probably going to be shooting another video today, but of a whole different thing. I'll swatch the Unbothered for you. And this is not very much the yummy blurring creamy cream to powder sort of situation. And this also has a little bit of color to it. It's right there in the middle of the pink highlighter. Am I pointing correctly? Yeah, right there. So you can see both of these have color to them. The Danessa Myricks are lovely. She's got a whole range of them that are kind of, there's more of a peachy one. There's ones that go into bronze and more berry, but they're really pretty kind of highlighter situations. but we're gonna go extra today. We're gonna go with the Moon Kingdom because we can. So anyway, I am grateful for the fact that both that my partner asked me if I had what I needed, and that in fact I did. And just to remind myself of that I have a lot of beautiful things and I have what I need. Okay, so we're going, this is a powder highlighter, but I'm using the same brush that I just used with the other, because I'm kind of wanting to pack it on a little bit here. And it's a little harder to see this, where the sun is coming through is a little bit easier to see when we turn that way. I'm using partially natural lighting and partially unnatural lighting. So it's easier to see on this side when we get the highlightery situation going on. Okay, yeah. Now the reason I'm doing these is because I'm fighting the FOMO of the new Natasha Denona, the Roxa palette. Okay, so that looks a little spacey. All right, and I'm okay with that. Natasha Denona is coming out with some new formulas that are interesting. They really are. I liked I Need a Nude. The color story wasn't necessarily staggeringly new. It's nudes, but I did like the ones that were like the sparkly, and then the ones that were like the wet formulas were really interesting. But with the Roxa palette, I love the outside, but I'm not sure that is it's needed, because I have a lot of Natasha Denona colors that are like that, and I also have a lot of other palettes that have some stuff in it. So I don't know that I need to be getting into a palette like that. I'm gonna put a little bit of my Lawless powder. I did hit pan in this. Huzzah, look at that. Look at me hitting pan. Anyway, that's exciting. Hitting pan on stuff. I do have lots of other powders though, just in case you were worried about me. I have lots of other powders. So we're using our stuff. Okay, do a little on my eyeballs. All right, so now we're ready. So thinking about what I had, I have so many palettes that kind of look like that with the Natasha Denona. I'm gonna start with, this is the little Pat McGrath Voyager. This is the one in the, so now this deep eggplant is kind of on the same scale. And then this, so you've got, it is on the bottom. You've got a deep eggplant. You've got a shimmer. Okay, there's the shimmer. And then you've got this more of a mid-tone. And it's in the more sparkly. You can see that. So there on the bottom is the 3 of these shades. So there's that. I also was looking at, because the pictures on the Natasha Denona, so there's Pat McGrath, the little Voyager. It is Midnight Voyage is the actual title of it. And then I was looking at my Disney Beauty and the Beast from Sigma. And this corner right here, kind of reddish tones, fuchsia tones, then you've got like a pink shimmer, and then you've got a purple shimmer. So I'm gonna swatch these three with the idea that that red also is, okay. So this is Pods. Okay, there's Pods. And here's the pink one, the rose petal, pinkish. Okay, and it's a more peachy pink. So I don't know that that would go with what I'm wanting to do. But then here is, let me clean this off. So then this is the Moshari. And that Moshari there, sparkly. So that's nice. That kind of a, I think I would skip out on the pink in the middle because that's more of a peachy, salmony. Well, it's not salmony, it's more peachy. So like the two on the sides, the Moshari and the Pods would be the ones that I would look for if I was going to be doing that. Oh, I have an empty. The Summer Fridays in Vanilla. Love this lip balm. And I have an empty of a lip balm. This was, I would sit this in my bathroom, and then after I would brush my teeth, I would put this on, so I'd have the minty of the toothpaste and the vanilla-y of the lip balm, and I enjoyed that. But anyway, empty. And then the other one we're gonna look at here, I do have the Natasha Denona Triochrome palette, and I love the outside of it because the outside of it is the different, is the green and purple color, which I love. And it has it's a trio of duochromes pretty much. And one of them isn't a very heavy duochrome, and the rest are mattes, but it is a really nice palette. I do like that. Okay, so this is the Ensleigh Cosmic Dreamer palette. And we have, these appear like the fuchsias, and then we have the eggplants and the dark purple sparkly. So there's eggplant, dark purple sparkly. Let me swatch that. And then they have a more fuchsia-y and this one a more hot pink sort of varieties. But let me swatch. This is a really pretty Astral Traveler. I'm putting it on, and I don't know, so it's there at the bottom, that one right there. As you can see, that's really fun in the purple department, you know, and if I wanted to do the fuchsia things. So I'll swatch there, the Cosmic Dreamer, the eggplant near the Pat McGrath eggplant, so you can see that. But the thing is, if I'm looking at palettes, I have in Natasha Denona a lot of things that would work for the colors that I'm interested in that. I'll probably swatch it when it comes out, but I'm not going to be looking at, okay, so this is Spacey. So I'm going to swatch it right over here. Okay, so it's a little warmer than the Pat McGrath, than the Midnight Voyager. So here's that one, Spacey, from the Ensleigh, and there's the Pat McGrath. So this has just a little bit warmer, and this is a little cooler for that. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, I think the Pat McGrath, but I'm gonna use this out of the pots out of my Sigma Beauty and the Beast palette for my crease color. So let's play. All right, so Sigma brush into the Disney. This is just a great palette. They haven't included brush in this one. The Beauty and the Beast. This is just a really great palette. If you wanted just the neutrally tones with the dark navy, the smaller palette without the brush, that's really highly Disney branded, that was really great. All right, so we're going in with Potts, Mrs. Potts, which is the tea kettle, and that's just lovely. We're not having tea today, we're having coffee, but day ain't over yet. So here we are. Here we are. So one of the things I'm going to start out with for my grateful today is I am really grateful for the internet. And I could break this down, and I probably will. But I love the fact that I can get on the internet and do social media, can talk to you guys, I can look up strange facts. I recently looked up when the cheese grater was invented. And surprisingly, it was a long time ago. Like, people have been grating cheese for a long time. But I love the fact that even though the internet lies occasionally, you know, can stir up hate and discontent, all sorts of other things, it's also just a massive, immense boon, or it can be. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna cover it over with the darker shade, but I just wanna. So anyway, hopefully you'll join me with the gratitude kind of thing. You know, it's funny because they talk about, well, when you're depressed, what does depression look like? And, you know, for some people it's like, oh, you stop taking showers, you doom scroll, whatever. But I think it's much more seditious. I'm going to go into the Pat McGrath Voyager and use this, her darker color of that eggplant. Because I think especially people tend to cope. Like, you get coping strategies in your life, and you get really good at, you know, like, everything is fine. Everything is fine. For me, I have, when I get thick in the weeds, when I feel overwhelmed or whatever, I have the voice of Sergeant Apone from Aliens, with an S, the second one with James Cameron. Sergeant Apone is telling the colonial Marines to just do it by the numbers, and I think of that all the time. Like, I am just getting up and I am doing it by the numbers, and it's a great coping strategy, super helpful. I like having Sergeant Apone in my head. I like the actor, and I like that whole, you know, every day is a beautiful day in the Corps. But that doing it by the numbers, while being a really great coping strategy, is not necessarily where I want to be all the time. I want to be doing things with joy and verve. Yeah, verve. You know, I want to be having some fun. So I would rather be moving out of joy, out of passion, out of even, you know, having an obsession sometimes is at least energetic. It's a higher vibration than acting out of anger. Anger will motivate you. Revenge, all those things will motivate you, but it's not a high point of energy. It'll burn itself out. So, but if you have purpose, and also if you can help other people. So for me, doing this, it's part of the enlightened self-interest, and I believe very firmly in this, that I get my needs met in the best way by helping other people get their needs met as well at the same time. So enlightened self-interest has been useful that way. Okay, so I'm going to use this center one, not the medium shade out of the Pat McGrath, but the lighter one, so this one right here. So the beauty of enlightened self-interest is that it can be both helpful to getting your needs met, but also motivational because you can lift other spirits up. So that's one of the reasons, the enlightened self-interest, that I want to be doing this in November, is trying to bring the gratitude. And we're starting off early in the morning because that way we get set kind of for the whole day. Okay, so I'm going to apply this with my finger. And I'm going a little bit into the crease, blending that up. Now for the other eye. My eyes often have different levels of shine to them because I press in different ways when I'm applying with my finger. But I find with a lot of these, the finger is the best. Giving it the finger is the best. Okay. All right, just a little more. Okay, so there's that so far. I'm gonna do inner corner. I'm gonna do off my fingers before I touch things. Okay, so let's look and see in Cosmic Dreamer if we have any interesting inner corner. So we have a bright white that's a matte. We have this guy. This is an interesting duochrome. So it looks like that. And let me swatch it on this side. So that's it on, hopefully we can get light on that very, there we go. I think we're gonna try that. Okay. All right. Let me, make sure there's nothing on it. It was time to clean my brushes. So we should do that, that should happen. So I'm gonna take that, this is the Stargazer from the Cosmic Dreamer by Ensleigh, right? Try and bring that down on the lower lash. And my nose is itching. Always when I'm doing stuff. I don't know that that is showing up, but maybe. It'll probably be all down my face later if I'm not, like, I'm not seeing it, and then finally I see it. Okay, we're gonna stop there. I'm doing this purple look, and suddenly I'm looking at this palette, and this green is just calling my name. I'm like, does green go with this? Probably not. But damn, maybe it does. This was not the plan, but I think I'm going there. Following my passion. Oh, yeah. It's completely wrong, and I'm doing it anyway. Okay, so. If you're gonna see me doing my makeup a lot this coming month, you're gonna see things like that where it's like suddenly, oh, look, shiny. Okay, let's see. Okay, now I feel like I need something else. Okay, So this is going to be very strange. I'm going to add this eclectic, which is a grungy dark green. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I'm having fun, I think. I think this is what the kids call fun. All right, so going in to eclectic. Get some grunge going on there. We might have to reassert some of the purple. I'm gonna put this up into the crease a little bit. And it's possible this just gets muddy. But, okay. All right, so, moral of the story. If you're following your bliss, it's possible that your eyeshadow colors are gonna be all over the place. Or not, you could be totally put together. All right, so I'm gonna find some mascara here. That's a brush, that is not mascara. I have a little caddy sitting here for brushes that I'm using at the moment because, as we specified earlier, brush washing is gonna need to happen. Maybe that's one of the things we do in our gratitude. We'd be grateful for clean brushes. I'm grateful for brushes. That's nice. But if we're trying to inspire some action on our own behalf to make us feel better, to make us work a little more effectively, having clean brushes might be an excellent thing to do. So we'll see. If you're gonna go with me on this adventure, I think, you know, you pay your money, you take the ride. But in this case, you don't have to pay any money because it's free. We're gonna do our best. Okay, Too Faced better than sex. Oh yes. Okay, so lips. So I want to keep it just pretty simple, or that was the idea. I thought about the Pat McGrath. This is, where can I swatch? It's not really, well, I guess it'll show up there. So you can see this is both, has sheen to it, right there. Sheen to it and color. So I think we're gonna do that. It was either that or I did have a NYX Butter Gloss. And I also had one of the crayons. This is from the Covergirl Outlast in Braizin Raisin. There it is. That's a little different tone. Oh hell, let's use that. Throw caution to the wind. We'll use this and then and these are really nice. It's like using a marker on your lips. Throwback to when you were young and you weren't supposed to be using things on your lips like this. Okay, and you can fill in too. These are, they last, because they're in the Outlast line. You know, they're very long lasting. Yeah, it's great formulation. If it weirds you out, like feeling like you're putting a felt tip marker on your lips, then this would not be for you, but they have a lot of good colors too, which I was happy about. Okay, so we're letting that dry a little bit. I have another cup of coffee. No, sip of coffee, not a whole cup. Okay. So now the Pat McGrath. This is in the Divine Rose 2. This is a really nice formula. This is the more, it's very emollient, more of a shimmery to it. And it's got the hot pink packaging and the lips. So this is the Divinyls is the formula, but it's in the Divine Rose too. It is Lip Fetish Divinyls Lip Shine as the, and hey, gratitude. I just read that in teeny tiny print. So yay. All right, so this is the look. Yeah. So I think like it's super weird with the highlighter for sure. But I like all what's coming together. So this is kind of our palette. We didn't use all of these, but this was kind of going through the collection and going, what do I have that's kind of looking like that, or that I want to put together for my look? So yeah, pretty, that green took a weird turn in the middle there, but like I was completely, oh shiny. Oh look, squirrel. Okay, so here we go. This is it. Ready to start my day, ready to burst into gratitude, and hopefully you'll all come with me. We're still in October, but we're moving towards that November. So, all right. I think my wish for you today, may your hands be steady. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.